4:30 in the morning. And there's other people showing up to Trestles at 4:30 in the morning.
Pretty sure my contract didn't state I'd be up at 4:30. I'm definitely calling my union rep.
He loves waking up.
If you caught episode 1, you saw me kick off this trip to California, linking up with my coach in Trestles and really dialing in some surf training. Last session was all about shaking off the rust, learning how to do some new techniques, learning the wave, and honestly going through some pretty challenging sessions. This episode is where it actually starts to get interesting. We are breaking down technique, pushing through those frustrating moments, and getting to the point where everything starts to click. This episode is all about surfing near the pocket of the wave. Think I'll actually pull it off? Let's find out.
Both of the tails kept hitting the floor on the bike, and I was like, we're gonna make it down in one piece, I swear. My eyes were like watering. I think they're crusting.
Welcome back to the Trestles training series. This is a 4-part series of my training in Trestles, California, and we are diving right in. So I mentioned in the last episode that my training here starts to get super complicated because the WSL Championship Tour comes to Trestles right when my training starts. So the waves got crowded, it got competitive, and it just made things a lot more complicated. So the competition in the water was at an all-time high, and I had to learn how to manage that. But regardless of the competition, I'm still gonna go out there, do my thing, and focus on what I intend to. In this episode, what I'm working on is managing a crowd and learning how to surf closer to the pocket of that wave, which we went over in the last episode. So let's see if I can actually figure out how to do it.
The wave was not steep. This is the kind of reading you have to do it before. So you never take off like this.
Side.
Yeah.
I was trying to stay high line.
Yeah, okay, you can do that, but on the takeoff, when the wave is like flat, also when the wave is flat, the high line doesn't help that much because you can't build that much speed. You have to pump. It's more like a cutback wave, you know, where you go like this.
So,
okay.
So what was I supposed to do?
No, on this one you could have like
down.
Yeah, here was a good place to break the line because see how close you are to the white water.
That was the turn I said he would like.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the only turn that you're gonna like.
What happened here?
I thought he was going because he was paddling for it, and I was like, okay, you can go, and then he stopped paddling, and I was like, I thought I was gonna.
Who, this guy?
Yeah.
But the wave, I mean,
he was way far outside of you.
Well, this was the first time that I saw him paddle and miss the wave, and then I was like, okay, after this, I'm like, I'm not.
But like you were getting in a position to catch the wave, to be in a priority.
I know.
But it's not a nice thing to do, actually.
Is that the one where she like kind of front paddled him and got into position and then just kept going straight instead of turning around and catching?
Oh, but the wave was yours. I mean, you were already more deep in this wave.
Yeah, because I saw him paddle for it before I even started paddling for it, so I didn't know if I could paddle for it.
Attitude, Nicole.
But it's certainly so.
So what we're talking about here is in a lineup, who has the priority to take the wave? Because there's always a lineup and there's always somebody with a priority who has the right to take the wave. So in the rules of surfing, if you are next to where the wave is breaking and you are closest to that point and you are next in line to take the wave, that is what we call priority. That means that hypothetically, when the wave is coming and you are paddling for that wave is yours. If the peak of the wave is right here and you are sitting right here and there's a bunch of other people right here, that wave is yours. So that is what priority is, and that is where I am learning how to take my own waves and take waves that I am in priority for.
You have to assert yourself.
Yeah, you have to be more aggressive.
They're gonna walk all over you every time you go out there.
They already are.
Ah, good. Highline.
Yeah.
That's what you had to do.
Tomorrow, no one's walking all over me.
Tonight you're working on whistle while you land train. Every turn you do on that surf skate, you whistle. Give us your best. Give us your best. Get off the wave yell.
Yeah.
People would be like, "Is she okay?"
Put on your angry face. Got more teeth. Yeah, there you go.
For me, surfing in a crowded lineup is one of the most difficult things that affects my surfing. I can surf, I can take waves, I can do maneuvers, but the thing for me that I'm learning the most is how to surf in a crowd. And I know that everyone experiences this who is a newer surfer, and it's something that is a learning curve. But something that I am learning and something that is super, super important is how to show, not necessarily aggression, but how to show that you are here to surf and that people cannot always walk all over you. For me, sometimes I get back paddled, I get paddled in front of, but I'm learning how to have more of a voice in the water so that people don't back paddle me, paddle in front of me. And that way, when I'm in priority for a wave, I take that wave and nobody else does. It's 5 a.m. and where are we?
You guys almost.
Yeah!
Ooh, get ready to get some sauce in the waves.
Ready to what?
Ready to rip a seam. Let's get a close up on that. Ooh, wow, wow. He's got to get home before his wife wakes up.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people in the water talking about how like their girlfriend or their wives don't like that they surf so much.
Oh yeah. That's why you need someone that surfs sometimes, you know, if you're gonna be in it all the time. You don't want your girl being like, oh, you spend more time in the water than you do with me.
Use Dawn Patrol. Dawn Patrol to track my session. Let's go.
So if you remember my initial goal from these sessions, it is 1, to stay closer to the pocket of the wave, and 2, to learn how to manage a crowd. So let's see what actually happened in my session and what my coach has to say.
Yeah, here you kind of looked, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, and it came out nice, but you have to try to keep your left arm like going forward. See that it's going forward here, and you hit.
And it goes back.
Yeah, and then it goes back. So you have to try to keep that momentum of rotation. So you hit here and you fall like this. That's really important when you want to keep going on the wave. This one closed, it was like the end section. But if you want to keep going and then you do that, you lose it. You know? So really important to have that, to finish with that arm forward and, you know, do the impulse. So straight for the bottom turn. Projection, front leg extension, kind of looking down, blowing the tail. And then that's when you shift the weight to the back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect move right there. But here, you should have boom, impulse.
Yeah.
I
was trying to hold on so badly.
I know. But usually we're trying to hold on just using like balanced reflexes. You can't rely on your reflexes if you don't have that great ability. Some people do. You know, some people like Italo Ferreira, he does those crazy airs and he lands on his back and then he goes back on stand back. You know, that's like amazing ability. But if you don't have that ability, what you have to do? You have to like build the balance. And to build balance, you have to do something. You can't just rely on reflex. You have to move your body. And the best move is impulse.
Okay, so something I work on a lot with my coach is when I finish a maneuver to do something called an impulse. So when we finish a maneuver, we use this impulse in order to regain control over our balance, our body, and to really solidify that the movement is over and that the maneuver is over. And so the movement is pretty simple. It is just your two arms with power, finishing the movement. It actually allows you to keep your momentum moving forward and not shift your weight to the back of your foot, which is something that we don't want to do. We want to keep it always moving forward so that we stay in the wave. So by doing an impulse and finishing the maneuver, you're allowing yourself to stay in the wave, stay controlled, stay low, stay compressed, stay balanced, and really, really solidify that you have completed your maneuver.
Shifting the weight to the back was right, because otherwise she could like sink the nose.
Okay.
Right?
That's what I did the other day.
That's what she did the other day. So this time she did that quick shift to the back, and then you shift to the front again.
For the last,
Yeah.
for the follow through.
And then you shift the front, compress, and impulse. Because if you have speed, also the impulse helps on the speed. So the more speed you have, the more balance you have. It's easier. Yeah, it's steadier, exactly. So the board will move less. Because also when you touch the water when you're moving, it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, so you can use as a support to get balance.
Man.
This is where when you're really like changing your line that you used to do. You're not used to like do the carve on these critical sections. You always look for like the flat part and do the carve.
I think I changed it in the last few days.
Oh yeah, you sure did. Look. Now, if you had this with a little bit more compressed, just like the turn you had this morning, but this is really good also. Look, you're throwing a lot more spray than you used to.
That looks great.
Yeah, that was a great turn. It wasn't like perfect because you didn't use the impulse.
Yeah.
If you start doing this and impulse, that's another stripe on your belt.
Yeah.
It was good. Like this morning was good, but this one was, I think, was better.
Really?
You had that top turn. You had that really good carve at on the critical section. You tried the cut back. So yeah, it was better.
Nice.
Good job.
Putting it together.
Yay.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Good. Ready for surf skate?
Yeah. Okay, Laura, get ready for your skate training.
Let's work on that front side, keeping the front leg extended. We're gonna work first on that,
I don't
and then
do
we were
sports.
gonna work with variations.
I don't know what maneuver I'm going to do until he calls it out.
Okay.
So in my bottom turn, he will tell me what maneuver I'm doing and I have to like quick think about it.
Okay, so a bit of surf skate training that I've actually been working on recently is reflexes and being able to do whatever maneuver I want to do in a second's notice. In a real life scenario, when you're surfing and you see the section of the wave, you have a split second to figure out what maneuver you're going to do and make that decision and actually do the maneuver. And that takes reflexes, that takes a lot of thinking, and that takes being really, really fast on your feet. So what we're gonna do is simulate it on land. So what my coach will actually do is when I'm in a bottom turn, he will either say, he will put a number up, or he will do addition and subtraction or division and actually make me think about what maneuver I need to do. Each maneuver is going to be labeled 1, 2, or 3. My coach will call out the number that I will have to do the maneuver of. That way I have to think fast and use my reflexes in order to be able to do the maneuver properly.
So 1, asking God, 2, cut back, and 3, tango.
2 is a cutback.
Yeah, asking God, cut back, and tango. So first I'm gonna show you just with one hand, okay? And then both hands, and you have to add. The session you have this morning and in the afternoon, those turns you did were really good. I mean, I haven't seen you doing this turn. You didn't do those in Brazil, not when we were surfing. The best sessions you had were in Praia do Porto.
Yeah, which
And you were-
it was not like this.
No, it was not close. This is like really good. You're going more on the critical sections. You're hitting the critical sections. I mean, you've never threw this much spray that you are throwing now, you know?
Nice.
Yeah, it's getting really good.
Now we're adding. Got it.
So as I mentioned before, instead of Francisco just holding up numbers of what maneuver I have to do, I'm actually gonna have to use math now to test my reflexes and do the maneuvers properly.
That was the other one.
2 times 1. plus 1. Good. 5 minus 2. 2 times 2.
What? That's not even a number.
It's a number, it's just not on the list.
So there you have it. That completes my second and third day of training here in Trestles, California. Every session we do is a learning experience, and this was definitely one of them. This session, I learned a lot about staying closer to the pocket of the wave and having quick reflexes in order to do my maneuvers and come back to that pocket of the wave. Super important. That is something I am constantly working on, and also scratching the surface on how to manage a crowd. I hope you can take something away from this episode and this training. Next episode, we are taking a deeper dive into how to manage a crowd as the WSL competition is in full swing. Every single best surfer in the world comes to Trestles, and I have to be in the water with them. So I gotta be on my A game, and I have to learn how to deal with this crowd and still take waves. Episode 3 is dropping soon. Stay tuned.